Welcome back to BST, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and him on yet another episode.
Us?
I got into autopilot there for a
Got an
second.
autopilot? Forgot I was here. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'd forget I was here too. It's
Okay. The divisional round was absolute cinema. We talked about the games yesterday. We had two more today that we're here to talk about. And I mean, the first game was kind of sucky, so we're just gonna hop right in to Bears Rams.
Wow.
Generational hate watch from our end. Rams win it 20-17. Obviously, we hate the Bears. And that was, I mean, the entire game I was stressing because it was the same formula we've seen for weeks now. I mean, what was the stat? They have 7 wins when trailing in under 2 minutes. It's the most all time. And
Pretty
it
crazy.
was the same script. It felt like the same damn thing
Yeah.
happened all over again where they're trailing in a game and they are able to somehow figure it out at the end and get the tying score. And that throw by Caleb Williams is definitely not only one of the best throws, one of the best playoff throws ever made. I mean, it's kind of a prayer. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but just in terms
100%.
of there are only a very very few humans on the planet who can even make that throw in terms of falling backwards. He ran like 40 yards backwards because, I mean, the Bears just did not block it well. So he's running 40 yards backwards and just has to huck up a prayer. But, I mean, in terms of location, falling off your back foot, running,
Yeah.
like, I mean, it traveled like nearly 50 yards in the air. I mean, that is a special play.
I don't know. I mean, off the back foot, he planted a bit, but he had to plant fast.
Yeah.
No, so not taking anything away from it, but it wasn't like he was falling backward. They called it
Yeah.
a fadeaway, but it's like he got it off so quick. It looked like that, but
Fair.
he definitely got his feet set pretty fast and through that, but not taking anything away from him.
Yeah, regardless. I mean, it's
there's
one
not
of the
a whole
best
lot
throws
that-
of all time. And they're like, Mahomes can probably make that throw. Allen can probably make that throw. I'm not even sure. I think that's where the list stops, honestly.
Well, and I think we're discounting one thing,
What?
maybe two things. We're discounting, first of all, the really bad play by the defensive back
Fair.
in that situation. No awareness of where the ball was, that the ball was in the air. And we're credit where credit due to Cole Kmet for knowing where the ball was, waiting and separating, not calling it a push off, but separating himself later to then break away and catch it, right?
Well, yeah,
like
the
so
DB was lost.
Yeah, the DB was lost, and it's almost like Kmet knew that. Kmet knew the ball was coming, and he timed his separation perfectly.
I don't think Durant knew that the ball was in the air at all. I don't think he knew he threw it. Because, I mean, I think he's running kind of with Kmet this way, and as soon as he gets turned around, the ball's already in the air, and that's when Kmet separates. So I think it looks way worse on Durant than it probably was. But, I mean, regardless, that is in a year of shocking late-minute plays. I mean, that takes the cake.
That one probably is, yeah.
I mean, they had the one against, and I was saying it right before the play happened. I'm like, this is exactly what happened against Green Bay in the second game we played against them, where we have them on 4th down near the goal line, and they get the touchdown. Only, I mean, what that play reminded me of was that stupid in the 2014 NFC Championship game where he ran backwards like a ton of yards and just threw it up into the end zone.
It was very much a Russell Wilson play, very reminiscent of that play.
Yeah, so then we're tied, but I want to talk about Caleb here for a second because, of course, that play is phenomenal. Like we said, it's rare. It's not gonna happen. Like, not everyone can make that throw, and that's what's special. But we'll just talk about what happened in overtime. Like, the Rams go 3 and out. You have the ball. You nearly have it like close to field goal range.
Yeah.
And Cairo Santos, the kicker, who's been so phenomenal this year, kicking in Soldier Field in the elements. I was pretty confident he was going to make it. I'm like, it's over. I'm never going to hear the end about this throw. It's like, God, I don't think I can handle this.
Yeah.
And to throw the pick there, and I know a lot of people are saying it's on DJ Moore. I think it goes both ways. I think DJ Moore did let up on his route a little bit. But also, I'm not really sure, like, DJ Moore thought he was really part of, like, the progression there. And Caleb's throwing to a spot and hoping DJ Moore's there. It was miscommunication more than anything, in my opinion. But The other two picks, I mean, you can't throw the one early on. I mean, it's on fourth down, but I mean, you airmail that one.
Yeah.
And it's just like you cannot throw 3 picks at a playoff game and expect to win at the end of the day. But I think that's also where you can have some optimism and looking forward, like
Well,
you think it's going to regress back to the mean in terms of winning these close games. You're going to have to play better football to like not be in these situations every time. But if Caleb can find consistency and like not throw the picks, I mean, he really isn't a big time interception guy, but like if he can find that consistency, I mean, we're talking like top 5 quarterback in the league for sure.
yeah. I think I go back to, Ben Johnson, aggressiveness, gets it from Dan Campbell, or maybe he was the one telling Dan Campbell to go for it. Who knows who really, was the genesis what was the genesis of all of that. But you kind of go back, and we did this in the Packer game last week where, you know, you missed 2 kicks and an extra point, you left 7 points off the board. Maybe in some of those cases where you're in field goal range, where you have a good kicker, you kick that early one on fourth down instead of throwing the pick. Maybe that spectacular throw by Caleb wins the game the way the
Fair.
thing was going. I don't know. I mean, you can Monday morning quarterback it, hindsight 2020. You never know how that affects the ebbs and flow of the game. But I don't know. They showed a stat late in that game, and I think in the playoffs they were 3 for 10 going for it on fourth down.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
that's
that's
a big part
seven
of it.
turnovers on downs, and
Well,
they didn't. Some of them led to touchdowns and scoring, but for the other team. But I don't know. They're just super
I
aggressive.
was telling my buddies like this says God if they won that game, I mean it has to be one of the most improbable runs to the NFC Championship. I mean, so it'd be 2 games in which you lost the turnover battle
Yeah,
by a good margin. I mean, so what did they have against the Packers? Like 3 turnovers, I think.
two or
And
three.
two or
Yeah,
three, and then in this game they have the
three.
3 picks. So I mean, you're losing the turnover battle by a large margin.
Yep.
And not only are you losing the turnover battle, going 3 for 10 on fourth down, like
Yeah.
those are I mean fourth downs are turnovers too. Like you're giving the ball back to the opposing team, and a lot of those fourth downs, especially against the Packers, were in your own territory. So it's just insane they're here right
Yeah.
now, and it's a great season for Chicago. And I mean, I knew the magic was going to end eventually. I didn't think it was. I honestly thought today, like the Rams were just going to handle them, and I think that's where if you're the Rams right now, like Stafford on that last drive was really really good. That throw to Devontae was phenomenal. Um, but through most of the game and for a couple games now, I feel like you've seen a lot of inconsistency from this offense, and it hasn't looked easy like it did early on.
Yeah.
And like against Carolina last week, like there were moments this week, there were moments where it's just like, man, this is the best offense in the NFL. It doesn't really look like it right now.
Well, and I think the weather had something to do with that.
That's
I
fair.
think they sat in LA all week. They didn't travel to Chicago early. They didn't start, practicing outdoors and doing all that crap. They just decided to show up, pack their, 5,000 pounds of winter clothing and ship it out there and just deal with the cold. And it definitely felt like the footing on the field for the Rams, the weather was impacting that. I mean, here's a West Coast team playing in 7-degree weather, advantage Bears in that scenario. And the Bears players just looked like, especially on defense, they played well on defense, the
That
Bears.
was
And
really surprising.
and I think a lot of that was they were more sure with their footing than the Rams were, it felt like. And I think it threw off the timing a little bit. Dennis Allen started dialing up blitzes early. He
Well,
came after him early. And that line for LA has been good, but they struggled handling pressure today.
and I mean, we saw last week in the second half. That's what the Bears did. They started bringing pressure
Yep.
um, on the Packers, and they couldn't pick it up. And the Rams had a really tough time doing the same thing today. And I think that's what's so shocking about this game, because if you told Bears fans you would get consistent defense
Yeah.
all day long,
Yeah.
like you expect to win that game.
Yep.
And I think that's probably what's frustrating. I I think there's two angles to look at it. You can look at it, oh, it was a great season. We weren't supposed to be here and we're here,
Yeah.
but we lost. But it's also like, man, we had a real shot. And I think like that's kind of where like the Packers were 2 years ago, where it's like, man, we had a real shot to beat this team. And we beat ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Bears are gonna be going through right now. But if we look at like the NFC Championship now, it's Rams, Seahawks. It's gonna. I mean, we've seen 2 installments of this series already. It's gonna be
Can
a good
I finish
one.
a thought on the Bears
Yeah,
first,
go ahead. Go ahead.
because I don't want to get
Oh yeah.
too far ahead
Yep.
into this next
Go ahead.
matchup. But to your point, where this season for the Bears, because you just never know season by season how it's going to go.
Yep.
They took advantage and they won a lot of one-score games. They came back in set a record for 7 comebacks to win.
Yep.
Those are 7 games that could have easily gone another way.
Well, that's where like
right?
they regress back to the mean.
So yeah, so that's where you kind of sit back and go, man, this, it's you can sit back there as a Bears fan and go, hey man, we weren't supposed to be here. This is year 1 of Ben Johnson. Only the best is yet to come, and maybe, but you also, it also kind of sucks when you don't take advantage of the moment. And speaking from experience with Green Bay, it's like, you go with 3 years ago, you go into Dallas, you're the first 7 seed to beat a 2. You ride that momentum into San Francisco, you punch them in the mouth early, but then you don't put them away. And that whole run from Dallas and in the start of the San Francisco felt like, man, this might be the shot. We didn't think this was going to be the shot, but this might be the shot.
It might be it, yeah.
And this Bears team felt like a team of destiny to me.
Did.
They felt like, we made all the jokes as, golden horseshoe up someone's ass, whatever. But honestly, this was an opportunity in a wide open league. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Josh Allen now, no Lamar, none of the big names. This was like the time to kind of sneak in there.
Yeah, for sure.
And, that's kind of devastating, especially where that momentum, I mean, the Rams being able to overcome that gut punch of Caleb running 40 yards backwards and then firing it to Kmet, like to tie it, we're fearful he's going to go for 2. We're thinking, oh shit, Ben Johnson's just going to go win it right here. And maybe they should have, but I mean, obviously with the rules in overtime and playoffs, it makes sense to kick it and try to go play in overtime. But, and then, then to go 3 and out, I mean, to force the Rams 3 and out, yeah, just a big turn. So, I mean, great season for the Bears, but it'll be interesting to see, this team went 2-4 in the division. So let's see what comes up. Is this just another Commanders?
Well,
shot in the dark. I mean, Caleb's legit. Caleb's legit. Everybody was saying Jaden Daniels was legit.
Well, it's
too.
either. I mean, I think it's. I always thought this with like getting first round draft picks. It's like it's nice when you get the first round draft picks, but when you have to actually use the first round draft picks, it's like, and you don't do it correctly, then it's like, well, it was much better when we just had the first round draft picks, and everybody's like, oh, well, you had the first round draft picks. It's like that with Caleb Williams. It's nice to say, oh, this is just this beginning. But once actually you get to year 6, you get to year 7, like, what does it look like? So, I mean, they're
on a right trajectory.
There's only, I mean, I shouldn't say there's only up from here. There's up or down. He can either, but I honestly don't even think it'd be down. Like, I think this is kind of where his floor is at. But also, it's like, I think you'd be really disappointed if this is where he stays at for the rest of his career. Can he become that really consistent option where he's completing 65% of his passes? The picks, I don't think, are a problem. They were in the playoffs, but like I mean, in the regular season, he did a good job carrying the ball. But like, we need to start completing some of the passes, not throwing the inaccurate passes. I think if those things can progress, like this guy is top 10 in the league for sure, and just like the special things that he can do with his legs kind of vault him up into that special category. But what, like I was saying, like that sounds great right now, but can he get there? That then you have a serious like Super Bowl contender. And also this defense just has to improve. They played good down the stretch in these last 2 games, like in the second half of the Packers game and today. But like personnel wise, They really don't have a great pass rush, and they had to use a lot of blitzes to get to Stafford today. They weren't really winning with 4. So, you definitely need to strengthen that part. But in terms of the offense, I mean, you're pretty set up. But, if they do regress to the mean, you don't win some of these close games, you probably could find yourself in a disappointing season next year. But I think Ben Johnson is just kind of. I don't think this is the same old Bears. I don't think this is Matt Nagy's Bears, where it's like you win one year and then it's just the same thing over again. I think you do. I think they did find something really good here, and I think they're going to be a threat for years to come down the line. But let's look at the NFC Championship now, because Rams Seahawks, like I said, the third installment of the series. The first 2 games were very good. Rams win in LA. Honestly, I thought it was a game the Seahawks probably should have won, and then the
Yeah.
Rams lose in Seattle, and I think it's probably a game the Rams should have won. So both teams have played each other close, and it's going to be another good one. Seattle's going to be buzzing. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It feels like the year for Seattle.
Kind of feels like it.
Like you said, you don't have to face the top end quarterbacks, and now you're looking on the other side in the AFC, and you're like, man, if Stidham can just pull out some magic for one game, and then we get Stidham against that Seattle defense in the Super Bowl, we might see 43-8 all over again. So,
well, but don't discount the Denver defense against the Seahawks, though.
I agree, but so I think it. And honestly, if you're the Patriots, you're just thinking, we have a real chance here.
We have a real chance.
We have a real chance of going to the Super Bowl.
As a fan, I feel like Patriots, either Rams or Seahawks, is going to be way better.
Yeah.
Patriots have to just take care of business. I don't necessarily want them to go to the Super Bowl, but I'm just disappointed that we don't get to see Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Or that we don't get to see a 100% healthy Denver team play in that clash.
I agree.
Because you've got the one and the 2 squaring off, so they were battling for the 1 all year. It's just super disappointing.
It is. But so then for the NFC, you're kind of licking your chops a little bit, because you're like, I kind of like our chances against either of those 2 AFC teams. So this is almost kind of like the Super Bowl, and that's not to discount the Broncos or the Patriots, but I just think the Rams or the Seahawks were the better teams this year.
But I think the margin's slim.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a wide margin that they're better.
I think we can obviously say right now the Seahawks are the best team. They're playing the best football. But at the end of the day, Sam Darnold was not tested against San Francisco.
No.
So he's going to be tested against LA. And I don't know how it's going to go. Last time we saw LA, they were really able to move the ball on the Seahawks defense. That's something that we haven't seen pretty much all year from anybody. And we definitely didn't see it from the 49ers. So I'm envisioning a somewhat high-scoring game. I don't know what the score is going to be. But at the same time, I can see a high-scoring game. I feel like the Rams have kind of just gotten into a rut here where it's like they're just not moving the ball effectively. And I'm like, that was against the Bears. I'm like, is it really going to change against the Seahawks? And honestly, if I'm the Seahawks, I saw what the Bears did. I'm going to be bringing pressure. And they can get pressure with 4. I'm bringing an extra guy to try and get to Stafford more times. But it's going to be a heavyweight fight.
It felt like they did that in the last matchup, and Puka went off.
Yeah, I mean he really did.
Puka cooked against them. So I don't know. The real thing, the difference maker in this is going to be which Sam Darnold shows up.
100%.
Is it going to be? Is he going to play well, or is he going to be like he has been against the Rams? For some reason, the Rams give them trouble. And honestly, what I think you saw today from the Rams against the Bears late was, it felt like initially maybe they were going to be worn down, but you actually saw them make plays later in the game, late in the game, get a little bit more pressure on those run plays. Tackle him for a loss.
Yeah.
You got Seattle, maybe, I don't know, Charbonnet's banged up. I don't know if he's playing. You're gonna have K9 back there. And whoever else. I forget their third string.
It is K9 coming off of maybe his best career performance.
Yeah, but the Seattle run game has not been good.
No, not.
I mean, it's not been effective. I shouldn't say it's not been good. They've been good at times. They've just been up and down.
It's not been efficient.
Yeah, it's not efficient.
Low yards per carry.
Correct. Yeah. So the Rams defense is opportunistic. I felt like, where they were kind of getting cooked by Caleb a little bit in some of that zone, they did pick him off 3 times. So I mean, Sam Darnold's going to give you a couple balls,
Well,
and that is just going to be, can the Rams capitalize on those balls?
if Sam Darnold avoids turnovers, Seattle's going to win. I
Yeah.
think bottom line, if Sam Darnold has 2 picks again, it's going to be probably a Rams win, but I still might lean Seahawks win. I just think the Seahawks are playing some really good football right now.
Feels like the Rams have just been tested though.
True.
The Rams have won 2 really tight playoff games where in each of them it felt like they were staring defeat in the face,
Yeah.
and then pulled it out and made it happen, And so I don't know. I don't know if that means that this is just going to be a boat race by Seattle,
I don't
or
know.
if this means they're going in there and
I think
I don't
if
know.
you are Seattle, you're kind of like, we're relatively going to be rested. We played a relatively easy, relaxing game. The Rams just went into overtime, and I mean, it's not a huge deal. Like, I think you can either look at it like that, or the Rams, like you said, were battle tested.
I'd worry about
I
complacency.
I don't know.
Maybe if it were my team, I'd worry about,
Oh, if it
like,
was Packers,
if
for
it was
sure.
if it was Packers, I'd be like, man, we have not been tested yet. Like we have not been tested in
That's why
playoffs. We had a real easy time. This is gonna be.
I wish the Packers could have had a chance against Seattle, because I just don't know what it would have looked like.
I feel like Packers would have scored more than 6 points.
Yeah, I don't know. And because I was saying this yesterday on the podcast, I was like, there's not really much you can pull from that that Seahawks victory in terms of like
Yeah,
what they were able to do. It's like the Niners are just not the same level of opponent. And like, are the Seahawks really going to be able to run the ball against the Rams and the Patriots or the Broncos? I don't know. But I know it's going to be a good game, and I truly think, I don't know. I think Seahawks are going to win it, but then again, it's like the Rams won one game, and then they really probably should have won the second game. So, I mean,
yeah.
when you look at it that way, it's like, I mean, they should have won this exact game in Seattle a few weeks ago, and like they were rather dominant for most of the game,
I
and it
mean,
took kind of a
yeah,
fluky couple of scenarios to get Seattle that win, and even
yeah,
then it was in overtime.
yep,
So, I mean, you look at it that way, but I mean, like we were saying, that's with some Darnold turnovers. If he can stay away from those, I mean,
yeah,
that's big time. So
for sure.
it's going to be a good one. Let's talk about the early game, Texans Patriots. The Texans offense, like if you're taking attendance at school, like you're like, hey, Texans defense here, Texans special teams here, Texans offense. Nothing. They're gone. They didn't show up.
Bueller.
Yeah,
Bueller.
they didn't show up to school.
Oh God.
I mean, it was horrible. It was the worst offensive performance maybe I've ever seen. And I mean, it was you
not
knew
good.
with that Texans defense that deserves a ring. Like that unit alone deserves a ring. Definitely one of the best, probably the best defense of the 2020s. Like, I mean, they were so dominant this year, and like, and that's why you had so many people picking Texans Super Bowl. It's like, because if Stroud could just play competent football, like they could have gone on a run. Well, guess what? Stroud did not play confident football. Like he was bad, and the one thing, even if he played bad, because I searched up Trent Dilfer's stats when they won the Super Bowl with that 2000 Ravens defense, he completed 47% of his passes, had 3 touchdowns in 4 games, but only 1 pick, and that's the big part. If Stroud could have just not thrown picks, they probably could have won that game, because I mean, if he doesn't throw that pick 6, that wipes 7 off the board.
Yeah.
So I mean, then it's already like under a touchdown game. And I mean, now you look in 2 playoff games. What does he have? 10 total turnovers? I think he's the first player in NFL history to have 5 picks and 5 fumbles in the same postseason. And that's in 2 games. That's not even in a full postseason. So I mean, it's just ridiculous.
So
like,
what was the difference though? Like, I mean, what was it? Was it what New England was doing? Was it just mental mistakes? Was it both?
I think, well,
like
New England getting Milton Williams back was really big, and they were getting a lot of pressure. Like that, the Texans could not protect, so I'm not going to put it all on Stroud. but it felt so lackadaisical on some of his throws where it's just like he's not even putting any
Well,
whip into the
he was
throw.
inaccurate. And
Yeah.
have we seen any reports after the game? Did he have an injury to his hand?
I
They
have
kept
not
talking
seen
about
anything.
that. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman kept talking about
I
him
did
kind
not
of
see
flexing
anything
his
about
hand,
that.
but never really seeing any treatment. But he was behind on
Yeah.
throws. He was late. He was the timing was so
No
off.
anticipation.
He didn't throw with anticipation. Yeah, he would you have pulled him?
Yes, I would have pulled him at halftime.
Yeah.
He was like, I think you saw enough in that first half where it's like this guy is not ready to play NFL football today.
But is that sending a message for next season? Like you're not our guy if you pull CJ Stroud and
Well,
you
I
put in Davis
at
Mills?
this point it's like, what do you? I mean, it takes like I don't know if you think that like
Does
you're
it create a
just
controversy? Does it create
it shouldn't
unnecessary drama in your room?
it shouldn't because you I mean any like self-aware person if you perform bad you're gonna like for a regular person like if you perform bad at your job you're gonna get fired. And in the NFL, like they're still gonna give Stroud a chance 'cause he's on his rookie deal, but like if he needed to sign a contract tomorrow to stay with the team, he's not getting it. So, like, all I'm saying is I would have gone with Mills. I don't really care what Stroud says. You throw picks, you turn over the football, you're not playing for my team. You're on the bench. And who knows if Davis Mills would have done anything different? It probably wouldn't have, but like I'm trying something. We need to win this playoff game because then guess what? We get to go play Jarrett Stidham. We're gonna put Jarrett Stidham in hell all game.
What what was the score at halftime of that game? Was it 21-10?
Yeah, I think so.
21-10. So he threw what, four or three interceptions in the first half,
Yeah.
right? Three
I mean, that's
picks in the
enough to
first
just
half.
see ya.
But it's still just a 2-score game.
I get it.
So
But it's because of the defense.
I know, but don't you believe in Stroud? You're like, hey, you're gonna work through this. And he did play a little bit better in the second half, but he still had one more pick, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he have a second half pick?
I don't know.
Or did he throw four in the first? Did he throw four in the
he
first
might have
half?
thrown 4. I don't know. It was a lot.
I think he threw all four in the first half.
Regardless to me,
Anyway,
it's just like I don't know.
It feels to me like
It feels like
I don't
they
know.
completely let down just a phenomenal defense, and it does have to be said. Like the O line sucked. Their weapons. I mean, they don't have Nico Collins. Dalton Schultz leaves early. Like so, I mean, it wasn't like all sunshine and rainbows for CJ Stroud, and he's just chucking picks. Like it was pretty much just disaster all over the place.
Still frustrating because it's still the same old story for the Texans.
I mean, what are they 0-7 now?
Yeah,
in the
0
divisional
7.
round?
Yeah.
So this is a team who you thought could go on a run, kind of a dark horse because I mean they went into the postseason winning so many straight games, and you have the defense. But I mean, I've said this all along: if you don't have the offense to pair with the defense, you ain't making it far in this league. And if we flip over to the other side, New England, kind of a sloppy game. Like it was close early on. They couldn't really move the ball either.
Yeah.
But they made enough plays. I mean, that booty catch is just insanely good. They had that one drive and then the touchdown to Diggs that was really good.
Yep.
And then you have the pick six. I mean, they really only scored 21 points offensively, but Drake May needs to hold on to the ball better. Like the Texans were just getting, I mean, I think Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter, it was mostly Will Anderson, but he just had Will Campbell, the rookie, in hell. Like I mean, just easily getting past him, and I think he had like 2 or 3 strip sacks.
Yeah.
I mean, just a phenomenal game from Will Anderson, and May kept trying to just hit those deep passes and really wind up the throw, and the ball just gets stripped out of his hand. And then there's one where he's diving forward, it gets stripped out. Like he has got to keep control of the ball because, and it may not matter that much against the Broncos, but you got to go. You make it to the Super Bowl, you're against Seattle. You better be holding on to the ball. So that he needs to work on that. But honestly, I thought he played a pretty good game, all things considered. And their offense, they have some underrated weapons. I think they need to run the ball a little bit better. Like, what do they have? 100 rushing yards on the day, 3.3 average, so not great. But I mean, it is the Texans. But if they can start running the ball a little bit better, they're going to be way better off. And that defense was just flying around. But I also don't think it's a great test against the Texans, ultimately. I just don't think the Texans were ever going to be able to really do much. But I mean,
Well,
and
it's a
next week,
test against that defense, though.
true, true, offensively, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
And I
offense.
thought they did pretty decent,
Yeah.
all things considered. But now they're going to be moving on to the AFC Championship, and I mean, you look at their like path. I mean, they drew a very injured Chargers team, they drew a very injured Texans team, and now you're drawing a quarterbackless Broncos team. Like that's one of the. I mean,
Oh,
for everything they've said this year about Drake, the schedule may Patriots
ah,
and the schedule,
yeah.
like it's playing out almost exactly how you would want it to in the playoffs. And I mean, you're going into Denver, Mile High, a place that the Patriots have struggled in the past in the playoffs,
Yeah.
in the AFC Championship, lost there in 2015
Against that defense.
against that defense. But I do think I'm not sure I trusted him. I'm not sure I can pick. I'm definitely gonna bet the Broncos just because I think the odds will be
Wow.
pretty good. But
Yeah.
it's all gonna come down to Sean Payton.
Yeah. What's
And
he gonna draw up?
how
What's he
can
gonna scheme?
what's the game plan gonna look like for Stidham? What like is he gonna give him the other thing for Broncos fans though is like part of me thinks it part of me wonders if it is just gonna look better because I mean with
Well,
Nick sometimes it just looks
here's the
off.
thing. I mean, like, we're I mean, we're acting like a little bit, and I put myself in this but we're acting like Bo Nix has been this perennial Pro Bowler,
True.
and it's like
He
he's a
struggled too.
second year player.
Yeah.
He's a second year player. I mean, he's made a lot of plays with his legs, but I can't really think back to any like, man, that was a throw only Bo Nix can make.
For
You know,
sure.
like that really doesn't apply. So maybe Stidham isn't that far off from what Bo Nix is doing, but Bo Nix is just the new flashy toy. But I mean,
I think
obviously Nix is better than Stidham, or Stidham would be playing.
I
But I don't know that the gap is huge.
I don't think it is either. And I think it's going to be overblown just because it's a shock value
Yeah.
of losing your starting quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there's already reports saying Vance Joseph hates going against Stidham in practice because he lights up his defense. Who knows the truth to all of that?
Who knows who
But
created that?
I do think the gap's going to be less big than a lot of people think. And I think Sean Payne's going to drop a pretty decent plan. I'm just not sure it's going to be enough.
If he can run the
but-
ball, if they can run the ball and he doesn't turn it over, they're at home. If this was in New England, no shot in hell.
Yeah.
But at
At
home,
home, they have a
the
chance.
crazy part is we could be seeing Stidham in the Super Bowl.
But
and so that's
where it's
that's
just
the
like
part that's weird.
But that's where I almost want the Patriots to win, just because like they might the Broncos might beat the Patriots, but I'm not sure like if Stidham has to go face either LA or Seattle, like just give them the ring before.
Hey man, this is Nick Foles 2.0.
I don't, but yeah, but like even Nick Foles was somewhat successful before his crazy run.
It's true, but
I mean Nick
only
Foles,
in Philly.
Nick Foles had a season where he had one of the highest passer ratings in NFL history.
It's true.
In a season. So
It's true.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I'm not gonna say Nick Foles just yet, but I'm excited to see what happens because I think it's gonna be a better game than people realize it's gonna be. But at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna go Patriots because I like Drake May, I like Mike Rabel, and I think they're gonna put up the best fight in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Agreed.
they're here now, which is crazy. I mean, this is one of the most insane
It's the weirdest
postseasons
season
of
ever.
all time.
It's
I
so
cannot even
crazy.
wrap my mind around how insane.
I mean, hour and a half ago, we were certain the Bears were going to the NFC Championship to face the Seahawks, which admittedly, I kind of wanted to see that matchup just a little bit to see, like, okay, I haven't seen Caleb against like a really, really solid defense like that. I mean, I guess they said, wait, no, they didn't. Seattle played the Texans. I was, for a second, I was thinking they played Texans, but I don't know that the Bears really played a tougher schedule. It seemed like it was
Than who?
pretty, or that they didn't face a real tough defense.
No,
I don't know that they faced one of the top in the league. So it'd have been interesting to
not
see
really.
how they shaped up against them. But
That would have been.
you got to throw division out a little bit because I know the Packers had kind of given the Bears some problems, and Detroit
Packers.
beat the Bears twice. But you just know each other pretty well
Yeah.
in division, so you got to kind of throw those out just because. Yeah, I mean those you can be kind of little bit mid at defense, but have a really good game against a division opponent just because of familiarity.
I
So
agree.
so outside of the division, I don't know that the Bears really faced like a really, really tough defense.
I'm trying to
I kind of
think.
wanted to see that. But I mean, Rams Seahawks is just gonna be cinema. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but great games. Should be some good games next week. Who you got in the Natty?
I mean, it's hard to say Indiana's not gonna win this.
I'm going Miami upset.
I mean, I could see it because Miami has kind of felt like the team of destiny in the college football playoff. That aside from their lackluster performance against was it A&M to start the thing off?
Yep.
That was like kind of the most like nobody wanted to score kind of games.
Yeah, nobody wanted to score.
They've had the most impressive wins.
Yep.
No doubt about it. So, Miami's they're hot. They're at home, basically.
Yep, true.
I mean, I could I see Miami win? Yes. I'm just hoping for a good game.
That's all I'm hoping for.
End of the day, I feel like Signetti's just going to have these guys ready,
Probably.
and
They'll probably rout them.
and it might not be close.
I
Yeah.
agree. I'm gonna have to
hope
agree
it
with that
is,
one.
but it might not be.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. It helps out a ton. Check out TikTok, Instagram, Twitter if you're on Twitter. It's all greatly appreciated. But yeah, we'll have a good night. Stay safe. Enjoy the Natty tomorrow. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.